Welcome back. It's a Money Monday on Liquid Lunch. I'm John Tobacco, and the Dow is raging. It is raging on fire, up over 500 now, 520, 2% on the day. And, for those of you who watch often, there are technical indicators in these round numbers, like when they break through like new round numbers. I like to take a look at that. Up 2% on the day, that's good news. When they hit like a new high, like 1.79, 1.88, 1.92, boom, it goes to 2. All of these electronic programs go in and say buy more or sell more. Lately, I think the market's been biased to buy, and as Grover Norquist said earlier in hour one, and I tell you all the time, the market does not behave off of what's happening today. The stock market looks out into the future and says, ooh, we think that's going to be good in the future, or ooh, that's going to be bad in the future. If they think the future is bad, then the market goes down. But if they think the future is good, then the market goes up. So no matter what they're telling you on the whacked out left-wing media, whatever the Washington Post and some of these other print things are telling you, the market is strong. Even JT tells you the market, I don't think it's really fully strong here because there's a lot of artificial government money in there, but still, the technicals to me are looking good for the market. The fundamentals I don't think is great, but we'll see what happens. The market is the freest tool we have because there is no bias in a market. It's just buying and selling. If there's more buyers than sellers, then the market goes up. And if there's more sellers than buyers, then the market goes down. Right now, there's a lot more buyers, so the masses speak. You're going to be a buyer of some new NFL gear if you like the Washington Redskins, or the team formerly known as the Washington Redskins. With big breaking news out today, Jess just handed me this paper. NFL's Washington Redskins to change name following years of backlash. On July 3rd, we announced the commencement of a thorough review of the team's name. Today we are announcing we will be retiring the Redskins name and logo upon completion of this review. The team has not released what the name is being changed to. Team owner Dan Schneider and coach Ron Rivera will develop a new name and design approach that will enhance the standing of our proud, tradition-rich franchise, inspire sponsors, fans, and community for the next 100 years. Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, now the Washington Redskins guy. And they're taking suggestions. They're trying to come up with a name. Nico asked me, what I would go with. Maybe the Washington Americans. Maybe name the team after all these weirdos in this left-wing Marxist movement. Maybe call them the Washington Foreskins. I don't know. We can probably come up with a lot of clever names. Can we go with that one, Nico, or no?
I'm not sure, but we just did.
No, I'm saying, can we suggest it to Dan Snyder? July 13th is now a historic day for indigenous peoples. The Navajo Nation said in a statement, for generations, this team name and logo misrepresented the true history and events that defined the term Redskins. Okay. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, if I'm Italian, so if they call me, if the team was named the Washington Tanskins, I'd get mad about it too, because I like to fancy myself a tan. I got a horrible golf tan right now. Let me tell you, my face and half of my arms are tan. The rest of me is white and red. Jess suggested last week that I look like a container of Neapolitan ice cream. The brown, the white, and the red. The sides are white. The front and the back are red. The face and the neck and the hands are brown. It's like chocolate vanilla strawberry. Anyway, while the cancel culture is looting and rioting and holding all these protests, and businesses continue to be shut down across the country, so people are literally dying because they can't open their business and they can't feed their family. But every so often, there is just a nice stroke of karma for these people who are trying to terrorize our society. And a bunch of these thugs were having a protest. I think, where was that, Jess? In New York? Or do we know where this monument was? They were trying to rip down a monument. And this is a quick clip. Maybe we'll play it a couple times. But take a look at what happened to one of these poor kids and tell me this ain't karma, baby. I'll drink to that. You know what I mean?
I'm free.
Yeah. We should put the music to Boy George's
Falling.
no, Boy George's 80s hit Karma Chameleon. Karma, 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 karma chameleon. That's a dose of karma right there. I hope the guy didn't die, because nobody deserves to die when they're trying to rip down a George Washington statue, but should be pretty easy for the cops to prosecute him. I doubt he can get away at this point, but that was some fall he took. I mean, he was spinning it. The screaming sounded like Splash Mountain or something. Like the crowd was going wild, you know, like, ah, when you go on Splash Mountain. And I think Splash Mountain's even being renamed, right? There was some story. What happened there? Splash Mountain, you know, every kid loves Splash Mountain. It's from a racist movie. What was the movie? Do we know?
It was an old Disney movie. I forgot the name.
So apparently Splash Mountain, one of the Disney favorites, okay? You used to love Splash Mountain, right? My daughter Tori loves Splash Mountain. And unfortunately, after this year, cheerleading is over. My daughter's team, the St. Joseph Hill Koalas, would go to Disney every year for the competitions down there, so we won't be going to Splash Mountain ever again. Ava, they've canceled Splash Mountain. You believe it? The main thing is, It's a Small World is still there, and that's one of my favorites. I'm not a big ridester. I don't like roller coasters and like swings and all this stuff where I have to leave the ground, but it's a world of laughter, a world of tears. But the water's only like a foot deep, so I'm fine cruising around in the little boat there. But all right, we talked about Goya. I went in my cabinet, actually. I'm out of adobo, which is means I better stock up, and because that's not going to be available on shelves if the Black Lives Matter people have their way, because they're trying to cancel Goya now because the president of Goya went to the White House and praised the president for what he's doing for the business community. You don't even have any idea how many great products Goya makes. And, you know, the slogan, everybody knows the slogan, Goya, oh boy, you know. But I don't think they're going to cancel this one. There's no way the outrage, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, all that other stuff, you're not coming for the Goyas. I can tell you that. And I can tell you what we are coming for. We're coming for your sanity after this, because we're the only show on television that has the nerve to have on a Democrat and a Republican on the same show. They actually agree once in a while. When they agree, I ring the bell, because it's a good thing to see people on different sides agree on things. But one thing is for sure, when we mix it up, I have a drink, I sit back and relax, and I let the best guests we got go at it. The one rule is at the end, we shake hands and part friends. Take a quick break. We're parting from you for 1 minute here, and then we're going to come back with Jaden Horn and Josh Kravitz to mix it up on Liquid Lunch.